Hello everyone, this is Hot D here, and today we are going to be reviewing RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 10, Stealing from the Elderly. Oh my goodness. Now before we go into spoiler territory, note that there is going to be massive spoilers for this episode, so if you haven't seen Chapter 10, make sure you do right now before you go watch it or whenever you can watch it, and then come back here to watch this review of the episode. Okay, now let's dive in right into spoiler territories. First, let's start at the beginning of the episode where we meet, we're back at the military base, and Weiss is like saying like, oh, I can't wait to go back home. She's come to her senses. Yeah, like we know it's faked, okay? So that is part of the plan to get the airship to go do it. And then Saffron is there with Adrian and stuff like that. They have this whole thing where Adrian, like, it kind of acted like the semblance at that point, but then we just find it out that this is crying. I found that absolutely hilarious. And the way how the guards were handling it, it was absolutely funny as fuck. Like, the guards were just great in this episode. I just really like the comedic factor in all of this and them trying to get into the airship just fine. Of course, they do get it in, because Maria's inside the luggage, so she has to hide and be safe just so that she doesn't get caught inside. Because if they do get caught, it's not going to go quite well. But yeah, overall, I really like this whole element of the episode. It was just funny as hell. I really like the comedic stuff in Volume 6 so far, because so far it's been absolutely great, and I really hope that this continues to be the trend when they do comedic things like this, and it's always funny instead of being absolute cringe, because so far it's been really good. But also, let's talk about the plan. So the plan is basically them like trying to make sure the relay tower is guarded so that they can't be spotted. But of course, something that has to go. Like at first, we get to see Happy Sean, which has been a while. It's like, yes, the plan is working, only to find out that something goes terribly wrong. And we see why it goes wrong later on in the episode. It's kind of like a hint that something is not quite right with with that part. They kind of hit you as something's up with Blake and that whole stuff going on. What majorly happens is that Caroline Cordovin actually finds out about this whole thing because, of course, Maria was like, okay, oh, I know how to speak Atlantean, like, but then they're like, we don't have anyone as an elderly woman. And they're like, oh shit, like they found it out very soon. Like it was gonna be obvious, okay, that they were gonna find out about this whole thing. And of course, Caroline goes about the way of how she was talking a couple episodes ago, about being Atlas being superior and everything else like that. To the point where we get another big reveal of a big ass mech. I think it happened right after it kind of built itself up to the mech, and it was very like, whoa, like they're actually doing this, like, oh my god, like this is the way of how the mech look. It looks really awesome. It can kind of remind me of Pacific Rim a lot. Of course, when they go along the water and everything else, and the whole design of the mech is very Pacific Rim-ish. And to actually see it, like, shit, we're gonna have to take that down because they're gonna have to, in order to get out into Atlas and stuff. So I'm very curious as to when the next episode happens, is how they're gonna take that ship, not the ship, but the mech down. I'm very curious on what's gonna go down. We also get to see the power of the mech at first glance. We also get to see like doing some EMPs, like to try to like do a first warning sign. It's like, hey, give us the airship back right away, or we could do more damage to that ship. Because if we ever have to, what else is there? We also talk about Crow, how he's acting like this is all my fault. This is everything. If I wasn't here, everything would go as planned. But of course, Ruby's like, hey, we wanted to be here and stuff like that. We're in this together. So, quit the yapping, and we're going to get to work again. So, I really like how Ruby is now, like, taking charge again. Like, it's been a long time. Like, this volume has been excellent with her being, like, the team leader because, that's what she's meant to be, the main character and stuff like that. So, to actually get to see it is phenomenal, and I enjoy it. Thank you, Rooster Teeth, for that, because we've been asking for it for a long time. And especially with her character development, not relying on Ko that much anymore. She's relying on herself and with the team to get the job done. But then, so there's going to be a whole fight with the Met going around in Chapter 11, because we're going to have 3 episodes left, so I'm guessing the next episode is going to be a big fight sequence of 2 different teams. We'll tell you about the other one later. Let's talk about the stuff with Blake and Yang. So far, Yang let Blake do her own thing right now. Yang stayed behind to be like on guard and stuff like that, just to make sure everything's good. But of course, Blake has some trouble. We don't know it quite yet because they keep going back to RWBY, like saying like, "Oh, Blake, there's something wrong with Blake. What's going on? Why are we being spotted? Because we shouldn't be at this point." So something must have gone wrong during the plan. Now, one thing about the plan, it's a good plan, okay? But the main problem with it is that everyone has to be perfect. Like, it has to be at the exact same point, exact same time. And if one fuck-up happens, like what's going on right now, the entire plan goes to shreds. So they really should have had some backup and stuff like that for the plan. But, of course, it all goes wrong. And a certain someone shows up to kind of stop them a little bit, and we find out that Adam is now actually here, and he was on the train, during August, so he was following them through this entire time, just to get to the perfect spot where they were alone to fight and do everything that he needs to do with Adam. But so far, he also has like a blindfold on, so we can't see his eyes and stuff like that, so it's completely like covered and stuff like that, kind of like he has mask, even though he doesn't anymore, so he just has a blindfold on. So there's probably something up with that maybe his eyes color are very important. So we'll see if it does turn out to be silver eyes or red eyes or something like that, whatever it's going to be. So I'm very curious what's going to happen with that. But yeah, we get this whole thing with Blake fighting Adam a little bit at the end, and it ends with a cliffhanger, of course, with Blake fighting Adam on the ground. And obviously, with the stuff, now this is another spoiler for Chapter 11. We do know about the fact about Blake and Yang versus Adam. We know about that because of behind the scenes from RWBY, they did this whole thing where they probably showed a little bit too much what could happen in the future episode. They had a mocap of someone that was like holding Adam's sword in a way. There was 2 people fighting, one kind of both females, obviously, for the mocap, and you can see like little art sketches of kind of like maybe this is Yang and Blake fighting Adam at some point in the future. What's going to happen in these episodes? And of course, that does turn out to be true. We get to see Blake versus Adam so far right now, and next week we're going to see Blake and Yang versus Adam. So Yang's going to come in at some point trying to save this whole thing from going wrong, trying to stop Adam right here, right now. So it's going to be a lot of character development going into this next episode during this fight, because it's going to be a big deal, okay? Because Yang, the only one that's probably not really relying on Adam anymore is Blake. Like, she's really not, she doesn't see him, the only thing, like, it's so weird saying that, like, Adam is strong, okay? Because it really shows that he's still, because last volume, Blake one-shotted him during the finale of Volume 5, and just to see that, like, they're trying to say, like, we're sorry, so we're trying to make up for that right here, just for an actual, like, satisfying fight with what's going on right now. So far, it's been pretty good. It doesn't seem really bullshit. I also kind of like the acting between Adam right now, like how his actor is kind of portraying Adam right now, and it's very good. I really like it. It's not like the character short for Adam's character short that it was bad doing the actor's voicing him, but so far it's been excellent in the way of how he's portraying the guy. But yeah, overall, it's a fantastic episode of RWBY Volume 6, and I cannot wait to see Chapter 11 next week, because we got 3 episodes remaining. So yeah, what do you all think of the chapter? Leave your thoughts in the comment section box below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future IDs. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!